Close. Yeah, I mean, the nice thing is, it was obviously a no-brainer. But the nice thing is we had a lot of guys play really well in the minors, and so I mean, in a different year, a bunch of guys would have had a gripe. I think that when a guy wins minor league player of the year, it sort of ends the voting. So, and saying at the same time, I mean, he was outstanding for us, very consistent all year, and it seems appropriate that a player off that team would win a major award. I mean, such a great season, I mean, unbelievable record all year, and kind of cruising through the playoffs. So I think that was a fairly logical decision as well.
How impressive is it for a kid like him, first full year in the States, to be that successful with all the change you had to go through?
A lot. I mean, very, very impressive. And like I said, I think to me his consistency really stands out. It just seemed like his lines were very similar all year. The game reports were very similar all year. Good three-pitch mix with good command, and got big outs when he needed them. And yeah, very impressive given the transition. It would have been totally fair for him to have some hiccups as the year went on, and it speaks to his maturity and his ability.
How much more does he have to improve at the minor league level, do you think?
Sing?
No.
Quite a bit.
No, he's got a lot. Brian.
I mean, it's hard to say. The numbers he put up were outstanding. I think talk about consistent all year. His slumps were really minor. He didn't tire much. If he was tired, he didn't show it down the stretch. And his numbers, the AA and AAA numbers, actually were fairly similar when you look at them. The batting average wasn't as high in AAA, but the other numbers were really similar. So he's very mature. He seems to get know his swing, and he's a guy that doesn't seem to get too down after a couple bad games. I think that's says a lot about his consistency. A lot of guys in the minor leagues will have big ups and big downs, and he had some big ups, but he sort of managed to keep the troughs pretty short.
What kind of chance is he going to get to make the opening day roster?
Going already?
What's that?
Is it going there already?
Well, it is.
We'll see how we build. We'll see how the roster comes together over the course of the off season. I mean, we'll look at it. Obviously, just like in September, the roster status will be a factor. Obviously, coming out of spring training, as we preserve. Sometimes you preserve depth over the beginning of the season and the end of spring. But obviously, he's going to be in spring training with us, and I'm sure it'll be fun to look out on the field and see all those guys. But it's way too early to speculate, given we haven't even gone through an off season.
Same thing for the position.
Spring training.
Same thing for the position, or have you identified where you prefer to have him play?
Yeah, I mean, if we, right now he's a third baseman. If we put him in right field at some point, or put him in the outfield, it's just to work on his flexibility, his versatility. I think in general, as an organization, we've talked about this. I think we do want to do that with different guys, and hopefully, as we move enough guys around, it'll cease to set off alarm bells every time we do it, because I just think it's a valuable thing to be able to have, guys moving around. I mean, as an example, and I'm not saying we're going to do this, but if Rizzo goes down, if he could go over to first base at some point, I mean, that's why not? Let Louis, let Chris, let some of the other infielders get a chance to do that, so you don't get caught with a middle infielder playing first. So I think we'll do that with a lot of guys. But he's a third baseman. He's worked really hard at it. You talk to him, he's taking a lot of pride not only in his third base play, but also the work he's put into doing it. And we certainly see him as a third baseman.